Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hello, family. How are you doing today? This is Mr. E, and I'm here today again with Victor ETV. And at the end of the day, today is August the 30th. August the 30th. We're getting close to the end of the month, and I'm just getting back to my home office for the Ezell's Productions. But as you know, I'm doing some substitute teaching for a while anyway, right now. And I just, at the end of the day, I always try to kind of reflect over the day and see, well, what were the experiences like today, and what are some of the takeaways that I can have that can be positive, and maybe helpful to us all as a people. I guess I'm trying to get settled in. I'll fix my dinner and I'm ready to eat. Anyway, today was challenging, to say the least. One rule that I have in my classroom is for all of my students to love themselves. That's the only really rule that I have, because I think that fixes all, and we don't need a whole lot of rules, for the students to be all over the place. When you tell someone they need to love themselves, that's do unto others as you have them do unto you. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple. So I'm constantly having to interject. Well, what does that mean? Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. And understand that the relationship that I have with you is teacher-student. You're not the teacher. I'm the teacher. You're the student. You're here to learn, to follow, and I'm practicing leadership. And I always tell the students, and one day you'll be a leader, hopefully. That is my desire for all of you, to be a leader one day. And so I constantly emphasize this on the ongoing basis, and today was just really challenging. I've been working ever since the 10th of August on a consistent basis. I've only missed one day. So we're rotating these students, about 4 or 5 classes each day. And so I'm getting to know all the students, even though I haven't even taken the time really to learn any names, because it's pretty much my rule. I treat everybody fairly. So I don't have to rethink about how, did I treat you right or not? It's not about your name. It's not about who you are. It's about who I am and who I've decided to be. I've decided to be someone who is fair, someone who is always going to look to try to maybe be a peacemaker. I would love to be a peace. Some people won't allow you to, but that's my ultimate goal, to make peace. My dad was a very peaceful man, and I think I've kind of seen that as a positive for him and a positive for me. So that's very important to me. So I like to be fair. I like to come up with rules and simplicity, so that I can make sure that I give everybody an opportunity to speak and an opportunity to defend themselves. And you think that if you can get that person to come to a point to where they are fair and can be balanced, and put themselves in the other person's shoes, they usually will come up with the right answer. But that can be really overwhelming all day when you're trying to teach this to several students, and you have such a short period of time. And I don't know how long I'll be there, but this is something that we, as all teachers, leaders, people who are in authoritative positions, we really need to learn this, how to do this, and learn these tools in order so that we can maybe make this thing happen sooner. But to just turn this world around, because these children are the next generation. And I'm not saying that the things that they are doing are any different from maybe the things that we did, but it's like on steroids. it is on steroids now. It's like, it's hard to talk them down out of these lofty places. And I really had to go back to something that I thought that I'd never do. Here's my unk. My unk. I'm wearing this now on my arm. Number one, it always raises a question and gives me an opportunity to teach. But anyway, I'm always trying to come up with ways to make a difference in the future and to kind of get us back on track. And I kind of got into my old thing when I was teaching at the end of my retirement system, because I was teaching high school students. It was easier to talk to them and to talk to them on an adult level. Now I'm teaching with these middle school students, and I'm finding I'm probably going to have to use some of those same techniques that I used on the high school, because in a minute, I've seen, oh my goodness, these children, I thought they were responding to my ability to just confer with them, to give them a chance to talk and whatever. I use that same principle with adults. Honey, vinegar, honey is something I learned from a dear friend when I was a teacher. And also let them talk, then you talk, just things like that to kind of get to a place to where we can accomplish some things and move forward. But these you just don't have that much time in a day. So now I had to go back to the old system. Kind of like the old system is kind of like, you get straight to the point. You have to straighten this thing out. And when I went there today, now I would usually go very quickly to a high school student. You better sit your ass down. It works. That's the language they understand. They shut their mouth and they go sit down. But like I've said in the past, if you've got to do this, Jimmy, would you please sit down? Mary, would you go to your seat? And you're doing this all day? I'm finding out that only not works with high school students, it's working with these middle school students. Now, I've been there since the 10th of August, so that's several weeks. This is the end of the month. And I've been rotating. I have never had to go there, thank God. I went there 2 days ago. And you know what? It worked. By the time I got through talking, the kids were saying, amen, preach. I'm like, come on, I'm not preaching. But to them, and I said, I don't know what preachers be preaching to y'all using this kind of language. But they associated, sit your ass down, and I'm going to put you out, they'll preach. They're going to preach. I'm thinking, I said, I don't know what your pastor's doing in your church, but you all are surely comfortable with this. I couldn't believe it. Now I got to go in and, when you make all these kind of threats, I guess, to the students, about, I'm going to put you out of this class. When you go there, now I know that, when I go in tomorrow, they're going to try me. And because I've said what I've had to say, I've got to back it up with the doing. So this is why I tell the boys, even as them growing into young men, a man is a little boy is one who throws the rock and hides his hand. But I always tell them, when you start turning into a man or a young woman or a young lady, if you throw the rock, I'm telling you, you threw the rock. It's boys that throw the rock and hide their hands. So I've thrown this rock. Today, so tomorrow I'll be coming out. There won't be no hand hiding. I've got to back it up with action. So hopefully they'll stay on track and they'll understand that, because they don't respect you until you back up your words. And I think this is where parents are failing. Maybe they do all of this talking and they never follow through with the action. So don't say something that you're not going to do. And everything I said today, I most certainly will do. I will do it. But when you say stuff like, I'm going to slap you into next week and all that stuff, the kids know you're lying. You can't do that. It's not even feasible for you to do it. So be practical. You have to sit down and think about these things before you say them. So the things that I will say are things that I've said over the years. So I've already calculated whether I can do them or not, and make it happen. But you as a parent, when you get to a point to where you're saying things that you can't do, because DHR be down there on your back. You can't do it, and neither would you want to do it. So you have to be very careful about what you say, but you do need to get some parenting skills from someone who's been there or what have you, so that you don't become an idle threatish person, or someone your threats mean nothing. And I think the children know this. So when I go in the next time, hopefully I have a better day. But I hate going there because it's not something that I want to keep. I don't want to have this type of personality with my work. I want to be a person of integrity. I want to be a person who say what I mean and mean what I say. And I don't want to have to say it like that. But that seems to be the only language they understand. But I don't want it to change me. I don't want to become that, So if I'm not able to change this, you can bet I won't be teaching long. Because I'm not going to change my habit, self-esteem, feel good about me, myself. And, I won't have to use that kind of language to try to, unless I'm going to war. When you go to war, you got to pull up this stuff, But our children are our future. And I tell them, I don't plan to lose not one of you. I'll do whatever it takes to get you. I said, but you have got to give me permission. And I went to each student and looked them in the eyes. I said, do you want to remain in my class? Do you want to be in my class? Because if you don't want to be in my class, I want you out. I will fix it where you can go and get in another class if I'm here. I said, but if you want to be in my class, I want you to be in here. I want to teach you. I want to see you succeed. I see greatness in you. But I can't teach anybody who does not respect me. And if you cannot give me the respect that I need in order to protect the other children who are in this classroom who want to learn and want to do, they want an environment that is just like what I've given them for the last 30 days. They love it. They love coming in, but you got just a few that can come in and they can upset the whole entire class. And you have to I finally had to get to the point today, if I'm going to stay there, because I was at the point to where I'm retired. I ain't got to put up with this bullshit. I'm retired. I'm there because I want to be. I want to be there. I want to change. And I tell them in a minute, I see greatness in you. Every last one of you. I need you to become a leader. But in order to be a good leader, you have to learn to follow also. And this is your following stage. How do you get stronger? You get stronger by lifting heavier weights. So some of you I see, I'm going to have to put some weight on you because I need you to grow up. I need you to get stronger. I need you to become wiser. I need you to act more, even though you're not full adult, even though you're able to reproduce. So I guess let me take that statement back. Maybe you are fully grown. You're just not mature enough mentally to be able to handle your loaded gun. So I have to really, even after I have done the vinegar, I got to come back and do the honey. Like I told you, the process of honey, vinegar, honey. Honey, hey, look. You're a fantastic person, beautiful person, smart. I can see all of the greatness in you. I just can't wait to see what you turn out to be like. But you know what? I need to get you there. Here comes vinegar. You cannot get there with this type of an attitude. You've got to learn how to respect authorities and your classmates. Why would you want your classmates to fall behind you? So why would you put them down? Why would you put your tongue on them? Why would you talk about them like this? Make them feel little, make them feel small. You might need this brother one day. Don't you want him to be the best lawyer he can be? But if you put him down and make him feel like crap, and you're talking about his mama, talking about this, talking about that, you're putting him down, you're killing your own people. Why would you do that? Why would you do it to your brother or your sister? That is the person that came from the same womb you came from. You need this brother. You need this sister. How dare you put a curse on them with your mouth? And this is the way I talk to them. And then there's vinegar. But we all gonna do better, right? We're gonna do better, right? Who are you? Tell me, who are you? Are you here to create, or are you here to destroy? You talk to me. Talk to me. And when you come to my class tomorrow, I need to see the best version of you. I need to see who God has made you to be. And you're growing. You're growing, but you cannot grow with all this negativity. And no one can fix this. I'm just an instrument and a tool here to help you get to that place. But I can't get you to that place if you're not in my class. And you're not going to be in my class if you can't humble yourself and learn to respect me. I have a lot to share with you, a lot to teach you. And yes, while you're getting all this math, English, and science and all that, you need to learn how to lead. And you cannot learn to lead unless you learn to follow. And I'll show you how to lead. I say you better be paying attention to everything that I do in this classroom. Because one day you may be in my shoes. I expect you to be in my shoes one day. You're going to have to teach someone. Even if it's your own children, you have to teach them. And you have to have some fair rules, and you have to do this in a way to where you do not break their spirits. I'm so careful. I don't want to break your spirit. I need that side of you. But you have got to learn to control it, or it will become dangerous to you and to others. I must get you to understand this. I must. Because we as a people, we are already in trouble. Don't you see the all hell that's going around you? We have policemen in the school. When I was a child, we didn't have no policemen in the school. You have a policeman in your school. So it feels like prison. I don't like it. And I don't want it for you. I don't want it for our students. The only way I can get you to that point is to get you to rise above it. You have to rise above it. Our children have to rise above it, and we are the ones that have to help them, because we dropped the ball a long time ago when we have allowed this system to break up our families. I've heard some people that I've never thought as educated black people who have gone to institutions like Tuskegee University, Alabama State University, that would encourage divorce before you seek healing. Is any of us too far from healing? But yet you go to Jesus every week and talk about he can do everything and anything. Well, faith without works are dead. And if you're someone that I've seen people who applaud people who get a divorce when they're just going through trials and tribulations. You have to go through things. If you're going to get stronger, you're going to lift some weights in this life, baby. But that's some wicked ass folks out here that is the desecration and the desolation of marriage, family, children. These children are not getting a full family home training education because those who applaud this becoming a wreck are busy wrecking our community. You're part of the problem also. How do I know? Because I've gone through a divorce. And it is wrecking not only to those individuals who are pro-marriage, but it's also for the children. For the children. It's not all about you. It is about our families, our culture, our people. Our black nation will stay on the bottom as long as we keep destroying those things that are natural. And with that said, didn't expect to give that message today. Didn't even know that I had it in there. But at the end of the day, these are my thoughts. So I wish you much, very much, peace.